أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي اتق الله ولا تطع الكافرين والمنافقين إن الله كان عليما حكيما.
O the Prophet Muhammad, remain conscious of Allah, the one and only God, and do not yield to pressures brought about by the disbelievers and the hypocrites. Surely Allah is all-knowing of what they say and what their motives are, and all-wise.
واتبع ما يوحى إليك من ربك إن الله كان بما تعملون خبيرا.
Instead, follow what is being revealed unto you from your Rabb, the Lord Supreme. Surely Allah is all aware of whatever you do, your deeds and motives.
وتوكل على الله وكفى بالله وكيلا.
And trust in Allah, and Allah is sufficient as a trustee or guardian to look after your affairs.
ما جعل الله لرجل من قلبين في جوفه وما جعل أزواجكم اللائي تظاهرون منهن أمهاتكم وما جعل أدعياءكم أبناءكم ذلكم قولكم بأفواهكم والله يقول الحق وهو يهدي السبيل.
Allah has not placed two hearts in any person's body, and just as He has never made your wives whom you declare to be your mothers' backs, your mothers, and so too He has never made your adopted sons to be your real sons. These are merely phrases you utter from your mouths, whereas Allah speaks the truth in this and all matters, and thus He guides you along the way of truth.
ادعوهم لآبائهم هو أقسط عند الله فإن لم تعلموا آباءهم فإخوانكم في الدين ومواليكم وليس عليكم جناح فيما أخطأتم به ولكن ما تعمدت قلوبكم وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
As for your adopted children, address them by the names of their real fathers. That is more just in the sight of Allah. But if you do not know the names of their real fathers, then they are your brethren in faith and your protégés, so observe the due relationship within that social framework. However, you will not be blamed for the mistakes you may have already made unintentionally in this respect, except for what your hearts may deliberately intend after this. And Allah is always forgiving of what was done in the past, and ever merciful in relation to what may happen in the future.
النبي أولى بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم وأزواجه أمهاتهم وأولو الأرحام بعضهم أولى ببعض في كتاب الله من المؤمنين والمهاجرين إلا أن تفعلوا إلى أوليائكم معروفا كان ذلك في الكتاب مسطورا.
The Prophet Muhammad is closer to the believers than they are to themselves, and seeing that he is the spiritual father to them, his wives are as their spiritual mothers. Those of the same wombs, blood relations, are closer to one another than other believers and the emigrants, according to Allah's decree. Nonetheless, you are to act with kindness towards your protégés and give some of your goodness to them as well. This is decreed in the Book of Allah.
وإذ أخذنا من النبيين ميثاقهم ومنك ومن نوح وإبراهيم وموسى وعيسى بن مريم وأخذنا منهم ميثاقا غليظا.
And there was a time when we took from all the prophets their pledge, even from you, O Muhammad, as well as from Noah, and Abraham, and Moses, and Jesus son of Mary. We took from them a solemn pledge.
ليسأل الصادقين عن صدقهم وأعد للكافرين عذابا أليما.
So that at the end of time he may question the truthful, the prophets, about the truth entrusted to them, and for he has especially prepared the disbelievers a painful punishment.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ جاءتكم جنود فأرسلنا عليهم ريحا وجنودا لم تروها وكان الله بما تعملون بصيرا.
O the faithful, recall the blessings of Allah upon you at the time when enemy forces came down upon you to attack, and we let loose upon them a fierce sandstorm and heavenly forces of the angels during the battle of the trench, which you could not even see. And Allah is always watchful of whatever you do.
إذ جاءوكم من فوقكم ومن أسفل منكم وإذ زاغت الأبصار وبلغت القلوب الحناجر وتظنون بالله الظنونا.
For they came down upon you from above you and from below you, and when your eyes rolled in fear, and your hearts leaped up to the throats with terror and anguish, and when those weak of faith among you thought all sorts of vain thoughts about Allah.
هنالك ابتلي المؤمنون وزلزلوا زلزالا شديدا.
That is when the believers were tested. In fact, they were severely shaken up, in a manner most severe.
وإذ يقول المنافقون والذين في قلوبهم مرض ما وعدنا الله ورسوله إلا غرورا.
And when the hypocrites and those who had a sickness in their hearts panicked and were saying to one another, Allah and His Messenger promise us nothing but a fantasy.
وإذ قالت طائفة منهم يا أهل يثرب لا مقام لكم فارجعوا ويستأذن فريق منهم النبي يقولون إن بيوتنا عورة وما هي بعورة إن يريدون إلا فرارا.
And when a group of them attempted to persuade the people of Yathrib, who made up a part of the Prophet's troops, to desert and say, O people of Yathrib, you cannot withstand this assault, as you neither match us in number nor in equipment. So go back to your own houses, as these are vulnerable to danger. Yet another group of them with weak faith even sought permission from the Prophet, saying, In fact, our houses are vulnerable, so allow us to go. While in fact, they or their houses were not vulnerable to any danger. They wanted nothing but just to run away from the front line. Anyway, the Prophet allowed them to leave.
ولو دخلت عليهم من أقطارها ثم سئلوا الفتنة لآتوها وما تلبثوا بها إلا يسيرا.
And if their houses had been invaded by the enemy from every side, and they were asked to betray their faith and their resolve to fight, they would have definitely accepted it without delay and very little hesitation.
ولقد كانوا عاهدوا الله من قبل ليولون الأدبار وكان عهد الله مسؤولا.
Even though they had already pledged to Allah before this, that they would never turn their backs and run away from the battlefield. And indeed, one will always be held accountable for a pledge to Allah.